Here are some crucial tax lien and deed research tips that we're going to cover here in today's live stream, so you can maximize your profits, organize your tax liens and deeds, and avoid those losses that are no fun. Joining me here today is the world's best host, Corey Jason.
Whoa! Hey,
Big intro.
everybody.
Big
Thanks,
intro.
Appreciate
Big
that.
intro. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, we're sponsored by Corey.
That's right. Yeah.
It's the name of the game. So what we want to chat about is getting you organized for when you go to some sales. Now, today was a big day. There was a lot of sales that happened. We had a lot of people out in the wilderness today going to auctions. Now, getting organized is key. And what we're going to walk you through is we're going to link to a simple sheet so that you can stay organized when you're researching these properties and just bring it all together, which is super important as you're doing tax liens and tax deeds. So this sheet is going to work for both liens and deeds. It's going to be a little more extensive for the deeds because you need to do a lot more research. Remember, 97% of the time or 95% of the time, your tax lien will redeem and get you the interest rate. And 5% of the time is where you get the big home runs, which means 1 in every 20 properties, you're going to end up owning a property for literally just pennies on the dollar, which is awesome. Now, with the deed side, it's much more immediate. You're going to end up owning that property. So that's why the research for the deeds is much more important. And this sheet is going to be able to do it. So if you're just tuning in, I'm Dustin Hahn. This is Corey Chason, and we do the Tax Lien Certificate School. We do a lot of videos here on the channel. I know many of you guys watching are subscribed. So if you like this stuff, hit the thumbs up on the video. Ask us a question in the comments if you're watching the replay. And everything that we go off of is based off of our toolkit here, which has the National Tax Lien Directory, all the contact information for every county, same for the deeds. All of this stuff is listed below if you don't have it. If you already do, this is the basics. We've been building out the area and we're going to use this stuff. So from there, make sure to grab it if it's going to help you out. And then always, if you're wanting to go to some of these sales and get some of these deals, you can always click the link if you're interested in some one-on-one mentoring with us. So I'm going to hand it over to Corey. He's going to walk you through the sheet. This sheet is going to be listed below in the comments, it'll be pinned there. So you guys can have this sheet. So let's dive in, Corey.
Nice. All right. Hot keys. Love it. Hey, everybody. This is the sheet. So, it is simple in its existence, but there's a lot of stuff you can see that's very handy. And so whether or not you're doing tax liens or deeds, like Dustin said, it works for both. But these are sort of, I'll just go through the main things that you want to have. I think going in depth and finding out each thing would be a lot of more videos, and you can get more information if you click below on how we can walk you through that more specifically. But for the most part, depending on what county or state you're in, it's labeled something different. So there's always some sort of, I guess it's an identifier would be a word, or like a parcel number or a case number or something that the county will use to basically categorize each lien or deed. And so that's either the case number, could be the parcel number, could be the APN number. You're just going to have to figure out what it is for your county. Sometimes there's both. But if you go back to some of our previous things that we've uploaded live, Dustin and I, you'll see like the tax liens. Sometimes it's the lien number. But regardless, that's what we would put in these columns right here. Now, I added this column here for liens. So like the minimum amount of lien, let's say your lien amount is $650, or maybe it's $50, you put that there. If you're a spreadsheet whiz, you can then do that. Boom. And it turns it into $50. But I'll stop flexing my spreadsheet skills here and we'll just keep moving on.
Corey, can we add the link to that spreadsheet in the comment here?
Yes. I'll just drop that right here. I think I can drop that right here right now. Here's the link. Here's the link to download /duplicate. Boom.
There you go. You guys.
There you go. You guys got to, just write down that really quick there. Write down all those letters. just kidding. It'll be pinned below. You can get it later. But Yeah, so that's there. And then, it's pretty straightforward. It's how you use it that's important. Oh, there's a joke there, but we'll just keep moving past that. Um, this is the owner information. So if there's like, you got John Smith or Josh Smith, or if you got like Sally Thomas and then John Smith, you could put that there like that. You want that owner later for title research. It just helps organize stuff and saves it, puts it in one spot. Address, pretty straightforward there. You can put the address there. You can break it out into different columns if you want, like address, state, city, zip, which can be helpful. But for the purpose of this sheet, we just kind of keep everything organized. So, and then we got bed, bath, which is fairly straightforward. 3-1. That's sort of, the industry terms. 3 bed, 1 bath. You would always assume that the first number is bed, second number is bath, as you can see here, bed, bath. And then Dustin, do you want to jump in? You want me to keep going?
Yeah, let's just build it out a bit more, and then I can circle back.
Yeah, just interrupt me as you need. Rough ARV. So this is the number that we use. We would just go to Zillow, and we would pull a number from Zillow. This estimate, we go to Realtor. You could pull that number. You go to Redfin or HAR if you're in Texas, and then you could just do an average of the three. It's more so just a rough number, and then once we actually do comps on the property, then we could fill it in and put the number here. Now we have a separate sheet for like our max bid sheet, which is a bit more complicated if you're going to a tax deed sale. This is more so just for the preliminary research. And the beautiful thing about it is you can take it and you can edit it and do whatever you want with it. You don't have to use it, but we always find it's nice to have a starting point for a spreadsheet, and then you'll find things you like to adjust more. There's people that are in our programs that make spreadsheets that make me look like a toddler. So, but this is the best that, I've created. It's worked for us. So, that's final ARV. And then we got the rehab estimate. This is an estimate that we use. We sometimes just go by square foot. So there's different numbers. You could just Google a bunch of different numbers that people use, but anywhere from like $25 a square feet to $60 a square feet, we'll use any of those numbers. And then you just times it by how big the house is. Now, if it's a tax deed, even now, you could add a square footage, like, I'll even add this square footage. Just that's helpful. Make sure it's underlined because that's important. And then, you could do the rehab estimate based on that. And then we got the starting bid. So if it's a tax lien, you would probably use this lien amount here, which would the starting bid be. This would be more for tax deeds, but you could kind of write in how much you'd want to bid, or sorry, how much the county is requiring as the minimum bid. And then you'd figure out your max bid and put it here. So I've kind of combined two sheets into one here for ease of use, and then any notes on the property, any photos, if you have it in Google Drive, and then, county websites, because you could also create another column here. You could take this column if there's more sites, like the GIS or the parcel, the real property record search, stuff like that. It just makes it easy so that you don't have to like keep Googling stuff every time you want to look at it. It's kind of in one easy spot. You could even duplicate this tab here and have like, if you're doing 2 counties, like Hamilton, Ohio, you could duplicate it again, right click. You could go Butler or like Dayton, Ohio, whatever you need to do. There's just a lot of ways, and this is just sort of an organizational system that helps you keep things. It's a great start. You can also use Asana and other things, but yeah, it's a great start.
Excellent. Yeah, it is an absolutely great start for you guys when you're getting into this stuff. Because remember, it's fun to have the flashy videos where the property is, but there needs to be a time when the rubber meets the road where you take this information, you start looking at properties, you start logging it and turning it into a real business that manifests itself. So that is the name of the game. So this link is here on the side in the comments. You can copy and paste that, grab a copy for yourself. That would help you out there. Let's see. There's a question. When you guys talk about structuring with an LLC. So when you're getting into this, the LLC is a big question that often comes up. Hey, do I need an LLC? Or some people say, yeah, I've been studying for years. I'm just trying to figure out my LLC. So obviously we're not accountants or attorneys in any regard, but for, in my opinion, one of the best things you can do is just get out there start getting some properties at first, and then you can always transfer it over into an LLC after. It's way more important, in my opinion, to get out there, get some properties, and transfer them over. Now, unless you are a very high net worth individual and everything is in your personal name, which if you're a high net worth individual and everything's in your personal name, that's probably a low odds because you've figured out many things.
Yeah.
And you want to definitely get that LLC out of the way at first so that you're not basically a victim to somebody, slipping on the property and trying to sue you for your millions of dollars in your own personal name. So as you get going, get the LLC set up. It doesn't take too long. You could set one up in like 30 minutes on LegalZoom if you wanted to. We've done that before many times. So the big thing is to get started and get going. So that's what we recommend out of the gate. So we just wanted to hop on here. We'll come back on probably tomorrow or the day after, do some more Q&A. Love hearing from everybody. And yeah, it's a great time to be doing tax liens and deeds. And we'll be here to help you guys. We appreciate you taking the time. Appreciate you tuning in. And make sure to grab the tools, the downloads. It's all on-demand trainings for you. This stuff will really dive into the nitty-gritty for you. And then from there, like I say, before we used to sell all this stuff, but now we just give it to you to help you get going. And if you want any type of help, maybe some one-on-one mentoring, we work with a few people every single month, help build them their game plan, help get them going. So there's a link to that below as well. If you're interested in perhaps some mentoring, you can check that out. Regardless, thanks a lot for tuning in, and we will see you guys in the next one. Oh, somebody was mentioning before, how do you do it? Just click the learn or the more button beneath the video, and it will show you beneath the video.
Yeah.
Show you how to do it. Corey, thanks for hopping on, showing these guys a spreadsheet, and we'll catch everybody on the next one.
See y'all soon. Peace.